Ah, Dorothea, your beauty puts even the most pristine flower to shame.
Ah, Lawrence, as silver-tongued as ever.
Oh, not at all. I must bid you good day.
I see the rumors are true. What a shame.
Rumors? About me? Whatever do you mean?
Why, that you're always ready to flirt. Unless she's a commoner. Then you'll bid her good day as quickly as possible. Like you did with me just now. Are we so unpleasant to speak to, us commoners?
That is a rather pointed question, but I do happen to have an answer for you. As the heir to House Gloucester, I am in search of a bride of suitable social status. I seek to build upon the honor of my house, and to do that, I require a noble wife.
I'd think you could find plenty of suitable women, even among the masses.
Do not be so certain. A lady who marries me must be prepared to enter noble society, whether she wishes to or not. It is a complex web of etiquette and expectation, not a world one could easily step into without the proper upbringing. What's more, House Gloucester would hardly see much benefit were I to join myself to the household of a commoner.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, I suppose that means any friendship between you and I is doomed as well.
Isn't that a rather excessive conclusion?
You want someone to birth your house's next generation. I want someone to share my life with. I'm not even an option in your eyes, and you're hardly viable in mine. However, we're all friends here, aren't we? So I suppose politeness at the very least is in order.
Man, just seeing conversations just like that go down really brings credence to Edelgard's decision. Well, not much can be done. Agree to disagree, and that is the lightest way I can say it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses Black Eagle Silver Snow Edition. My god, this is gonna be a long title to pronounce, isn't it? In the last episode, we came back at Garrick Mark and we, in put it simplest, prepare for war. However, a few things to go over. Yes, we do have more people who are in our house, whether we like it to or not, pretty much akin to what Loren says. So automatically, you have Sedef, you have Alois, you have Catherine, and you have Cyril joining your team. They do this just so you can have one final chance to recruit the lovely Lady Hilda, in which we did so last episode. She is the final student in our house in which can recruit going forward. She is an axe user, akin to Edelgard. So therefore, this brings up one final note about Edelgard's departure. You think, oh man, I put Edelgard, I gave her all the best items, the best shield, the best axe, the best, equipment or whatever, it's all gone. Not so. First of all, Hilda, she has money. I'll be taking that. Consider it a recruitment tax. Anyway though, one final thing. If you look down here, we have a silver axe in our convoy, which has been used already. You get the gist. Whatever equipment Edelgard has regarding weapons, shields, or harder-like, it gets put into your convoy. So don't be harped on if you think all is lost. And also another thing to keep in mind, and this is a very weird thing to bring up, but I apologize because it's something that we just discovered while prepping for recording. Last episode we said no to interacting and having a conversation with Cyril. Now if we go to us, we've missed that opportunity. I did not realize that you could not do this, or I did not know this could happen. I have always had the impression that if you said no, that you could do it at another time. Apparently not so. So that's a learning experience. Again, I will admit, I apologize if this is a bit late in advance, but you get the gist.
That's probably how we missed out on bonding with Leonie last playthrough.
So keep that in mind. Also, we're still learning. This is still technically a blind run through of this storyline, and therefore we still have time to learn more and more about this game. However, if you have all things set and done, if you want to do battles, this is your last week in order to recruit everyone. One final warning: if you don't have any students recruited, do your best to try, because this is your last opportunity to get them in the platonic way. We'll get to that when we get to a more poignant point. But until then, though, we've done everything we want to do. Let's go to not our final mission of the day, but our final teaching before war happens. How on earth do you teach for this? But because we recruited people by proxy, Sedov, Catherine, and Cyril have all been able to join our team, and therefore they can be taught. We're teaching Thunderband Catherine. That is awesome. I'll go over a brief few things, just so we have they're brought to attention. Sedov is of course ahead in lance, axe, authority, and flying, hence why he is a wyvern guy. He is normally your intro to wyverns. He might seem good, but it does not tell you wyverns' weaknesses to black magic and an arrow. So do with that as what you will. Objectively, out of all the people here, I dare say Catherine is your best, and if it's the best character in which you get out of this group, because she inherently comes with her own hero's relic. That's Thunderbrand. This is something that Cyril or Sedov or any other character do not come with straight away. You do get Cyril's hero's relic in your paralogue with him, but that might not be an option for you, should you choose not to do it. But of course, Catherine is also really good at fighting, as in brawling, so that can be a good way to go. I mentioned this briefly, but she is probably one of the best characters to have a devil sword on, because with her brawling, she can get healing focus and just keep her HP going on and on with each consecutive turn.
I can't imagine Catherine as a brawler.
No, and neither can I. However, though, she is a sword and close combat user. Anything else, it's kind of not worth your time. And then we'll teach our students, and then we'll get to the best bit. And by best bit, I mean the worst. But we'll get into that eventually. Felix learned an old man from Xenoblade. Excellent.
Got it.
It's not quite a gun, but it's long distance. Works all the same. And with that, Mercy's reached level A and she gets Fortify. This is the move that I got confused with Restore. Think of Restore on steroids. This is a wide field heal for everyone within that vicinity. Very much worth your time. Now, yeah, let's set the goals uniquely for everyone. Right. Let's have a look. See, Sedov, I don't feel like I'm gonna be using much, because I'm gonna have a lot more plans for flying types and wyverns in future. And like I said, he's pretty much akin to Flane, Hanneman, and Manuela. They start off at a good level, but they are slow to progress. In the meantime, your students can easily surpass them, so ain't much worth that. Catherine, I feel like is the same thing, but I will say straight away, if you are stuck for a person who with a hero's relic, especially during this early portion of the game, it's very worth your time. So you know what? I'm gonna go with Sword, and I'll have her boost her authority, because Gambit, it would be worth your time to get that up.
Did you want to have Sylvain focus on reason?
I feel like he is far enough within that. So you know what? Yeah, I'll make him go Lance. Actually, I'll give him writing, and I'll give him reason. Might as well. No one else needs a change, I don't think, so I should be okay in that matter. Hilda, now she is a good advancement for wyverns because she already focuses on lance and axe, two things which you would need to get a wyvern. Again, you get her in the same segment as Seraph. It kind of leans towards that way. But yeah, I think we're good. Let's begin the lecture.
I would like to ask you something.
Of course, the butt buddies are here. Lovely. The ladies have been giving me the cold shoulder of late, as you saw with Dorothea. And it's because they are intimidated by my noble presence. How can I be more accessible? Sounds like it's their problem, not yours.
A satisfying answer.
What a douche balloon.
Ferdinand agreed.
Couldn't care. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but just couldn't care. Piss up a rope. Shamir, would you like to have a tea party? I'm surprised she didn't turn you down.
You called, so I came.
I don't know. Am I getting paid for this tea party?
Yes.
Yes, that is tea. That's Catherine, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good.
I like my bows sharp, thank you.
Sure. I'm not much for conversation. I'll gladly leave if you're bored.
And we get a perfect tea time with Shamir! Alright!
It's quiet here. I like it. Very good.
You are a cool woman. I would hang out with you.
Yeah.
Most because I'd be nice you wouldn't kick
Am I
my
wearing
ass.
My gloves? I always wear them. I never know when I'll have to handle a weapon.
And the woman who just does not care. I just feel like Shamir would be a person who would just go, ugh, at every single trope.
Yeah.
I kind of wish there was a support bubble between her and Ferdinand or Lorenz.
Yeah.
Go, Shamir, you are a brave mercenary. Shamir's response, goodbye.
That was delicious. Thank you. I'll visit again when I'm free.
Trust me, Shamir, I would be more than happy for you to visit anytime. You're a foreign, exotic woman, and I like that.
I get to be with all.
Trust me, I know.
Help leaving your room. I'll be happy to drag you out of there.
What? You're supposed to be on my side.
We did it! All thanks to Bernadetta's hard work.
Yes. With you here, Alois, I can take on anything.
Oh, I just love to see it.
Yeah.
Learn something, my students. Level up in some ways. Please?
Not even Flame. At least Alois
I've really
did
got the
something.
hang of this.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I exist. Yay! I'm sure some people are even pissed off about that. I know, me included. So anyway though, guys, let us get to the meat and potatoes of this episode. Oh god, I'm not looking forward to this one in many ways. This is probably going to be one of the most unanticipated paralogues I personally have done. But it's not because it's bad, it's just because of personal reasons. So let's go for dividing the world between our newly gotten students, quote unquote. Our Mayan forces are attacking Fodor's Locket with her brother suddenly falling ill. It's up to Hilda to take over the defense. Cyril volunteers to accompany her. He shows up. Great.
He wants to be relevant.
With that frowny face, how could you not love him? How could you not love a guy who just exudes depressing cynicism and just a mopey attitude? You know what you could do to make that worse? Make him an obnoxious little shite. Let's talk about it.
Hey, Professor. I might have to go back home for a little while. Well, that's one way of putting it. The Almiran forces are causing trouble at Fodlan's Locket. Oh, do you know where that is? Well, the mountain range that separates the Alliance from Almyra is called Fodlan's Throat. There's a fortress right on top of the throat, and they call that Fodlan's Locket. Well, yeah, you could say that. I'm sure my brother would be able to handle them on his own. But he said he really wants me to help out. I guess he's a bit tired out from all his hard work. Anyway, our dad's not as sprightly as he used to be. He's not up for a fight. Apparently it would look bad if we left it to the retainers. I really don't want to go, but I guess I have to.
Hey, Hilda. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I heard you talking.
Oh, what's up, Cyril?
You're gonna fight the Almirans, yeah?
Yes, but it's nothing you need to worry about, Cyril.
It's not that. I was just wondering if maybe I could go along with you.
But you'd be fighting people from your homeland. Do you really want to do that?
None of them would remember me anyway. It's just that I got captured in the battle at the Locket, and that's how I ended up here. So I'm kinda worried that other kids who lose their folks might not be so lucky. Before Lady Rhea took me in, I had a real hard time as a servant of House Goneril.
I'm sorry to hear that, but it's not like I'll go around snapping up Almiran children.
That's good, but I want to see things for myself, so I know that everything's okay.
Well then, let's go together. Oh, would you want to join us, Professor? My brother will be there, but I'm a little scared about fighting all those fierce Almirans.
If you could come too, it'd be really great. We'd all feel way safer if you did.
Great! I know we'll be okay if you're there. Let's head out right away.
I'll go and get ready too.
Hilda has family who needs her, and she has people to protect. Cyril just wants to come along and show up. Great. So, let us look at the map right now. And I will say straight away, have someone who knows movement, have someone who knows bow, have someone who can preferably fly, have those things all combined into one, if possible. Because you are gonna be stuck with a few places and people which you absolutely despise. This is one of those maps. Welcome to this map, which, my god, if you couldn't tell, is a goddamn maze. Now let's look at the map at hand. For one thing, I do not think there's any chests in this nearest vicinity, so don't worry about that. Instead, you've got pseudo chests in the form of people. Because, oh my god, it's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. So, as you can see, our forces are divided. We have a mini party here with Cyril taking the helm. Great. And we have our big party here, which is blocking the main gate. Keep an eye on Hilda. She is your precious treasure to have. So, in this map, you have to attack and also defend. And this is an infamous one for me in terms of paralogs. This is one which we failed to get 100% on because, yeah, I will say this. This guy. This one freaking guy. He's out in the boonies. He's out on his own. And guess what he is surrounded by? One horse, a few birds, more horses, more bows, and goddamn wyverns. You couldn't tell. Wyverns continue to suck whenever they are on the opposite side of our goddamn track. So, I am having Leone reluctantly be in the bushes and continue to go on. And I will say, you can't move, Cyril. Even though, for God's sake, I would love it. Anyway though, your goal is to protect everyone and to wipe people out as soon as possible, because unlike Felix's paralogue, these guys are absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. They can hold out for a turn or two. Afterwards, you might as well give up. So I am gonna have to think on my feet and focus on movement. And that's gonna be me for a turn. So I'm absolutely, positively going to have Ingrid and Dorothea, because I want gambits, I want flying, and so on and so forth. And the big thing is I would want to have horses as soon as possible. So you know what? I still want to get rid of you.
Did you want to put Sedith on as well?
I'm thinking about it, but the thing is though, he's so low leveled, he's probably not going to do much damage.
Well, the required level is 19, and he's 23.
I guess, but he's also, I don't know. I don't know. You know, no, I'm going to probably mitigate this, because we have shown Sedith off in his own paralogue. The only people who haven't shown off is Catherine, is Hilda, and this kid. I'm sure some people are probably wondering why I have Disdain. Let's talk about that soon. Anyway though, adjacents. Who do you want them to join in on our team? Right then. So, one thing I'm going to do, Han, because I forgot about it. I'm going to go to my battalion and just replenish.
Come back soon.
Well, with that in place, let's get it on, because this is going to be a hectic one.
Most of our allies have fallen. My big brother and I can probably handle this, though.
Hilda, glad you made it. Lord Holst has been afflicted with a sudden illness and couldn't come.
He's not here? Oh, I'm sorry. You must have been absolutely terrified. It's okay, though. I brought along someone who can definitely help us. That's you, Professor. Please help us save our allies and protect Fodlan's locket.
Good thing I knew about this back road, huh? We ought to be able to help our friends from here.
Whatever you say, farm boy. I am gonna move, and I'm gonna get the biggest threat out of the way right now, because this guy can absolutely go piss up a rope and die.
I call that a win.
If you're able to, do that. Turn 1, because once that wyvern gets away, you're pretty much SOL. We have seen in the past how much damage wyverns can do and how much ground they can cover, so oh boy, I'm already feeling a lot better off than this.
Even though he's a heavy armored unit.
I could not care, because why? Because
I will get the
he ain't that great. Ain't that great. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna have most of the people who I know can hold their own. Caspar can take front because he is a, you know what? In fact, shoot. Give me a second.
Put me in there.
Caspar moves forward, but can you please just go without, you know, anything on you? Thank you very much. I'm gonna have people who can take on anything at any time. So Petra, Caspar, and Leone can take aggro because you know what? They can do things, and they can do them well. Now let's get to the other people. First of all, there are arms for bow users on either side. Make good of them.
Stay focused.
Not to mention, these guys can absolutely go die in a goddamn fire.
That is that.
That's my cue.
Alright, and therefore this guy... Ooh, what can I do with this guy? You know what? Because Ingrid, I'm always gonna be a big fan of you.
Hey,
Have a go into the battlefield and look at that range. Oh, have you ever seen a more beautiful sight? I know I haven't. And that's even going into that movement. My god, that's awesome too. Just going to attack you simply because I don't like your bird face.
Yeah.
And Hilda, let's get into her right now. She's an axe, and she is very much a glass cannon when it comes to the axe.
I'm all sweaty.
She is definitely more of an attack base, whereas someone like Edelgard focus on defense as well. So it isn't that much of a different trade-off, but it is definitely going to come in handy. If there is anything that I can say negatively against Hilda, is that, and I don't know if this is part of her character trait, or just something which we had terrible, and I mean terrible luck with, was the fact that her hit rate is so goddamn low. Because, yeah, in our original playthrough, she kept missing a great deal.
And I think she ended up getting Lysithea killed because of that.
Yeah, she did. So, in tune with her character, she's strong when she's motivated, but when she isn't, my god, she can just let you down and be kind of well awkward. The only upside, just say to these guys, is that when it comes to arrow people, bowmans are a better words to say, these guys can hold their own just fine. It's just when it comes to wyverns, which they're utterly terrible. Nice. Nice, her own cheerleader. I feel that's pretty much on par with her character.
I will remove you. Flame spirit, protect me.
I've got an axe too.
I'll stick with it.
Another minor thing which you just probably saw is that Hilda, where she lacks in defense, she also makes up with speed. Something that admittedly Edelgard wasn't the best on.
Hey, that's our EXP.
Yeah, you took our kill, you jerkwad. Anyway, though, I know I've got to talk about it sooner or later, so let's just get into it. Right after I kill this bird for my own satisfaction and gratification. And get a mithril because woohoo. Make this guy die, Hilda. You know what? I'll make it easier. I will attack, and you can take the glory. Hopefully. See what I mean? Hit rate, awful. But speaking of disappointments, oh my god, this kid. I'm even surprised he can make one-hit KOs with this thing. But that's not down to him, it's just them being a little bit shied. So let's have a look here. Cyril, goddamn freaking Cyril. It's not the case that you are utterly generic in fights, how you're outclassed with axes, whether it's Edelgard, Dedu, bloody Hilda. I'd even argue to say the Casper and his bog standard axes would be better. We're outclassing him regarding our weapons as well. He doesn't get any heroes relics. I could look past all that, Because, you know, there are some unremarkable characters which have some, like, really good uses. Like Ignatz. He might be weak start off, but you know what? He's universal in his attacks. When it comes to Ash, yeah, sure, he's not the biggest powerhouse in damage, but you know what? He's speedy, and he can goddamn help with lockpicks. Name anything. Name any stat. He is outclassed in a many ways. The biggest deterrent for me is that, oh my god, I hate this guy's character. I hate this kid with a passion because of who he is. And I hate to say that because, again, I'd love to like every single character. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, I'm not the biggest fan of Hilda's character, but you know what, she has her spots. She has her moments, and my god, she is pretty good in regards to combat, so I can't fault her there. One of the things I dislike about Cyril the most is just how one-note his character is. I've had to go with Linhardt and Ferdinand being one-note in their like support conversations and whatnot. But man, compared to Cyril, they're like multifaceted and oceans level deeper than them. And I've kind of foobarred myself in, because now it would seem that, let me think about this. Yeah, you know what? Die.
All roses have thorns.
There we go.
Not
In our Blue Lions LP, we went through a couple of Cyril's sport conversations between different people, whether it's ourselves, Hilda, or any other character. Someone like Ash or Annette, you know, like light-hearted, you know, like really friendly people. And if, for example, Ash or Annette want to help out Cyril with anything, you know, it's like, oh, you have chores to do, you know, let us help you out with that. How does Cyril respond? Saying no, oh thank you, that's a big help. No, Cyril says, no, piss off, it's my job because I like Rhea and Rhea deserves, you know, I want to be a kiss ass to Rhea. It's not the fact that he's a hard worker. I can respect that. It's just he's so unpleasant.
Stubborn, huh?
Yeah, stubborn, and just you literally have no reason to decline someone's help when they're trying their best to be nice to you, but also just being an arsehole to them. It's like, come on, dude. And I feel like the way Cyril is, it's not just a big detractor to his character, but it also could have an impact on someone's... He affects characters around him. In fact, if you were to be like, I'm gonna see all of Cyril's support conversations, I can honestly see someone going, man, he's so devoted to the church, you know, and Rhea, and you know, if you speak one word against Rhea, my god, he goes off on you. You learn to not only dislike Cyril as a character, it sort of brings in negative connotations to Rhea and the church themselves, bringing again credence to Edelgard's points. So this guy not only is bad for himself as a character, he's also, I feel like, is a detriment to parts of the story. You have to really do something horrible to put something like that. And no, that's just my rant. And if anyone has been curious on saying, well, why do you not like Cyril? Well, just on being an unlikable character is enough reason why.
You were wide open.
Meanwhile, Dorothy is holding down that goddamn bridge, and I couldn't be more prouder of our little dancer.
And she used to be kind of a glass cannon herself.
Yeah, and this is one of the reasons why I am so looking forward to doing other houses. Characters who I felt like weren't really, you know, doing much. Look at Dorothy now. She's holding her own against an army. How badass is that?
Got him!
I know what some people might be saying, well, you know, you could give Cyril another chance. No, because I don't like the character. Why would I want to support or encourage someone who's not going to encourage me back? That's the big thing for me.
Next time, bring
It doesn't matter how supportive I am.
Things are looking up. Let's keep going and save the others.
That unique note is when you have killed every key enemy on the field. But there are still some enemies remaining. But yeah man, it's just wholly unpleasant and I just don't like him. So I don't feel like there's much point in me supporting someone who I hate. Dorothea looks really cool with a sword and that animation, I gotta say.
Yeah. I was noticing that too.
It's like, look at those hips sway and look at that badassery she is presenting.
Yeah, because I was noticing her legs.
Mm-hmm.
That pose she was doing with the legs.
Oh yeah, look at those legs.
Really elegant.
No, our little songbirds all grown up and I just couldn't be I can be prouder. I'm proud of all our students, except Cyril, because, you know, he sucks.
He doesn't even have good movement.
No. You heard my Ingrid, I kick your ass. I'm sorry, I love that.
Yeah.
The dancing class, I feel like is some of my favorite. Even with her eye animations, she's still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm loving it. But you know what? It's Hilda's paralogue. Let's take him out. And let's take it easy.
You lost to me? We did it somehow. Cyril, Professor, thank you.
You bet.
You don't even say much.
I'm gonna drop by my family's estate and complain to my brother a bit. You two should head back.
For once, we did this paralogue with no issues, and that's because we didn't use Cyril at all. It all makes sense now. And you get the Hexlock shield, which is very, very useful. We're not going to use it though. And large money, because money is good. Meanwhile, we're just going to watch Dorothea dance. And rightfully so.
They aren't really trying to cross Fodlan's throat. I'm not saying they're not serious, but fights like this one aren't really invasions. They just start fights like this sometimes. It's so they can show off how strong they are. I think it's pretty dumb. I mean, people are getting killed. And why? So some guy can think he's tough? After every fight, they do a big feast and everybody eats and dances and there's music. It's supposed to honor the dead, but I figure they just like to make noise. I think they're all idiots, but if I'm real honest, it wasn't the worst way to live life. Nah, I'm where I belong now, and I don't really like Almyra. If they want to show how tough they are, then they ought to look after kids who've lost their parents.
Whew, I'm tired. Professor, Cyril, thanks for all your help.
You get a chance to see your brother?
I did, though I think I'd be better off otherwise. He was horribly ill, for one thing. He looked so pale and haggard. Apparently, he'd eaten a bad mushroom before the battle, and it made him horribly sick. What an idiot. Anyway, when I told him we'd handled the Almyran situation, he was just gushing with praise. I tried telling him that it wasn't all me, but he didn't even listen. That did feel pretty good, I'll admit, but then things got awkward. He started trying to pawn off his whole inheritance. I told him I wanted none of it. Eventually, he settled for foisting this thing on me. Do you know what it is?
One heck of an axe. He gave it to you?
Yes, it's a magic axe called Freikugel. It's the hero's relic of House Goneril. He said that I should have it, since the crest I bear will allow me to wield it. He was so insistent I eventually relented, but I don't think I can be responsible for something so precious. Hey, Professor, why don't you take it instead? Heroes' relics contain terrifying power. They're beyond the capabilities of a novice like me. You're the only person I trust to take care of it. Please, help me out here. Thank you so much. I honestly didn't know what I was going to do with this thing. A big, scary axe is not my style. Plus, look closely. Parts of the axe are pulsating like it's alive. How gross is that? But I'll use it if you tell me to, Professor. Or you could get somebody else to wield it if you like. It's all up to you now.
That Hilda, she really is something.
You really have nothing to say, do you? Like, let you have nothing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. I think one of the weirdest reasons why I don't like that paralogue a great deal is because it comes at such an awkward time. Like a week before you're about to go to war with Edelgard, you have just a random battle, like for Hilda and Cyril.
I think we got it earlier in the Blue Lions Let's Play.
Yeah, probably a week beforehand, because this is the month in which you get it. I think. I could be wrong, but if that's the case though, but in this particular storyline though, yeah, it is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like in this particular case, regardless of when you get it in the Blue Lines, because again, you're about to go with Edelgard to war, and you have just a random fight with Hilda and Cyril, and what reasoning did Cyril say that this was all for? Just they just like to fight. No reason. No like uproar for the Empire, you know, nothing nothing relevant to Edelgard or the Empire or anything going on. Just fight for the sake of a fight. Just seems a bit low. Anticlimactic almost.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion. I do apologize if this has been a negative connotation episode, or if you are a Cyril fan. I apologize. The only good thing I can say about Cyril is that I really like his voice actor.
He's in Neo in World's End with You.
Yep, so that's a good credence. And again, his voice acting and delivery is really good. I want to hate this kid and I want to punch him in the face, and if a voice actor can emit that emotion from me, you know what, mate, you've done a good job. It's just your dialogue and your script is terrible. But again, that's not his fault. Same thing for Ferdinand's voice actor. I love the guy. I love the passion. I love how he got brought in to this game as a voice actor. I think it was amazing. Just the dialogue he has got not much to work with.
The character.
Yeah. But anyway though guys, I just wanted to compile this episode in which I can just have a character I hate and then I can just leave him by the wayside. So that's it. There's one episode, it's not gonna be brought up again, and so therefore I can move on with my life because we have war ahead of us, so we need to focus. We are going to end things here. We are going to be doing battles off screen, but if anything comes of them, we will show on screen in the next episode. But until then, guys, in the next episode, we go to war. They want to invade, they can try. So until then guys, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, then please be sure to subscribe. If you don't like it, well then, you must be Cyril fans, in which case I feel so sorry for you. Either that or you have a big crush on Cyril, in which case I question you even more.
Like that one girl.
Oh yeah. But until then though guys, if you want to subscribe to more content, then be sure to subscribe, and once again, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Cyril sucks. The end.